What consistently leaves you disappointed? But you just keep trying.
My job as a teacher.
Trying to make friends. I understand I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but it hurts being the outcast sometimes. I keep being friendly though.
Any competitive multiplayer video game with teammates.
Trying to enjoy my free time like I used to.
I used to read so many more books. I just can't get into it like I used to and it makes me sad.
Making non-awkward conversation with strangers.
Props for actually trying. Growing indoor plants.
Sunlight is less powerful than you think through a window. Water less than you think you need to. Edit. Since this is blowing up, I'll add to this. I was a wedding venue groundskeeper and thus have almost a decade of experience growing, propagating, trimming, etc. Indoor plants have become my new hobby, given my new job is indoors. Plants start with dirt. Sand plus perlite plus earthy mix for succulents and desert varieties. Orchid bark and minimal sphagnum moss for orchids. Indoor potting soil for many indoor plants. I generally add perlite to aerate the soil. It prevents root rot but hurts water retention. Microwave soil to kill off pests if you suck at maintenance in general, before you plant your babies. Next is pots. Terracotta and orchid pots offer ventilation, should your plant need it. Terracotta keeps soil cooler via evaporation, and more evenly dry, than glazed ceramics or plastic. Plastic retains more water. Dark color pots retain more heat in sunlight. Quick Google searches will indicate what may help you in this regard, but this is more nuanced than the rest of my advice. Next is light. Unless whatever is in the window is hot to the touch when in sunlight, it's less sunny than you believe. Start in steady light, and if they don't like it, move them away periodically until they seem happy. Different cardinal directions, N, E, S, W, are something to consider when picking windows. Next is moisture. My indoor plants generally like to have dry dirt for a day or two before I water. I push my cacti and succulents way harder in that regard, but my prayer plant gets pissy if it's dry for more than a day. You see fruit flies, fungus gnats, you're watering too much or the soil is retaining too much moisture in general. Some plants, like the prayer plant and Venus flytrap, only want distilled water, not tap. Air plants like to soak in my aquarium once a week. You'll learn this as you go. Use an unpolished, unvarnished chopstick to test soil moisture in pots. Lastly, pests and disease are difficult to diagnose at first, but with time you will improve. Generally speaking, quarantine sick, infested plants until you have it under control. Fungicide and systemic pesticides are my go-to. Doing the whole neem oil thing is beyond my time. I have 3 jobs. Understand that these chemicals are not good for you, so take them outside to spray, treat them. Eventually you'll end up with 83 plants in your living room, with your office full of rooting hormone, fertilizers, bags of different substrates, and cutting experiments. And you'll be happy. Cheers. Edit 2. Orchid Care is a whole other beast, so I will not delve into that. But if you microwave your soil, add some puddle water for beneficial bacteria. I add my aquarium water usually, but not everyone has an aquarium. Otherwise, use sealed bags of soil from inside the store or pasteurize your soil with boiling water.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Don't forget Sunday night when you start stressing about going to work on Monday. The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Relationships. Interviewing for a good-paying job.
Trying to keep in contact with my one-sided friendships.
You have to develop a keen eye for people who are honestly just like that when it comes to keeping in contact. Not that it isn't valid to drop them if it's simply too exhausting, but there are absolutely people who are terrible about reaching out and keeping up. There's no malice in it, they just kind of bop around in life from one thing that keeps their focus to another. The issue is more in the actual logistics of how their lives work than how they feel about their friends. I've got a bunch of old college buddies who I certainly care about and am more than willing to talk to, visit with, help out at a moment's notice. It's just logistically difficult to maintain a constant friendship with more than a few people who are scattered throughout the country with their own things going on. Then there are people who you simply aren't nearly as important to as they are to you. You want to be in their lives, you want to be kept up to date and included, you want to hang out, and the only reason that doesn't happen is that they don't really see you like that. They do those things, they have that time and capacity, they just don't have it for you. That's not a friend, that's a delusion.
Getting sober. Edit. Wow, thank you all for the support. It's very touching, all the kind words. I am gonna keep trying, and again thank you for all the words of inspiration. God bless you all.
Ordering fries from home. They always arrive cold.
Get an air fryer, they reheat fries back to perfection.
Tinder.
My sister has literally hundreds of matches on it. I have like 4 and none have ever replied.
My 24-year-old daughter. I love her with all my heart and soul, but her addiction is disappointing. She lies constantly. She doesn't see my grandson misses her. I am constantly trying to get her to go to rehab. I tell her how important she is. I only speak to her in kind, loving words. She makes promises, then disappears for weeks, sometimes up to a month, only to contact me again and restart the process of lies and false promises. I do not give her money. She doesn't stay at my house, she lives on the streets and couch hops at her friends' houses, so I don't have much contact with her. She knows I don't approve of her lifestyle, but I also make sure she knows I love her. My younger daughter was murdered a few years ago. It devastated my family. On the 3-year anniversary of my younger daughter's death, my older daughter fell into addiction.
This is coming from an alcoholic and an addict. You cannot make an addict change. You can't. I know that's hard and so painful. But harsh realities are the only way an addict can even get close to wanting to change. When you're addicted to something, it feels like your lifeline. It feels like your truest and only friend. No matter what, you have to remember you have to take care of yourself and your grandson. If she wants to change, then she has to make the steps to do it. I'm so sorry you're going through this. But please take care of yourself first. You've done all you can. Edit. I didn't expect this to blow up, or receive so much positive response. Thanks for making my day and sharing your stories, guys. There's always hope. Remember that. Just hold yourself accountable. Accept the support when you're given it, and please don't give up on yourself.
Thank you. I am just waiting for her to find sobriety on her own, because you are right, I have no power in this situation.
Life. Edit. Thanks for the concern, but I'm not suicidal. Just really tired.
Thinking my job will get better. Edit. Thanks everyone for my first ever awards. I never expected this reaction. Happy to announce I have a job interview next week, so here's hoping.
I left a job after 15 years. They were never going to improve, and I was a fool, too afraid of change or too complacent in the convenience to take the risk. This only benefits them. They were underpaying me by at least $5 per hour and taking advantage of my good nature and apprehension to leaving. It honestly made my anxiety so much worse in ways I hadn't realized until I left. What I'm saying is, find a way out.
Trusting other people.
Dating.
I joked with my friends that I had to stop dating while I'm trying to get a new job because there's only so much disappointment I can take.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.